platform, so I hope that this is recording. So, oh, there we go. Now we're live. Hi guys. All right, so back here trying a new platform. All right, so I am sharing about Within. This is a product that I am on day 12 now. There we go. Day 12 right here. And it is rocking my world. So I have to share with you guys a little bit more about where I'm at in my journey. And this is going to get personal for a moment. But I figure if I don't share this, then, somebody else might not be able to benefit from what I'm experiencing. So, all right, with that, a little bit of a disclaimer. This is my own personal story and journey. I'm not claiming to treat or cure anything. If you would like to see a full disclaimer, go to my website, LGFG, that stands for Looking Good, Feeling Good, .isogenics.com. And you can see a full disclaimer there, okay? All right, but with that, this is my own personal story. This is just for entertainment purposes. I'm not a doctor, a nutritionist, nothing. I'm just some chick that's over here trying some products and sharing on the information that I am learning along the way. Okay, that out of the way. So I'm day 12, all right. And the first few days, I will say it was a little bit of bloating, a little bit of gas. But since then, no bloating whatsoever. Like, that's one of the things that I keep walking past the mirror and going, wow, oh, okay. Like, things have really calmed down. I have not changed my diet. I have changed a supplement that I am using. So with that, also, I have to tell you guys, I am having regular bowel movements. My poo is great. I'm just going to say it just like that. I think Samuel L. Jackson wrote a book about that, right? We all poo. Okay, so much so that my husband is like, okay, you can stop talking about it now. But I'm thrilled. Because you guys, if you have lived a life of trying to get your bowels in order, watching what you eat, being cautious about what you put into your body because it might have a reaction that sends you either running to the bathroom or, holding on for dear life, it's a thing. Okay. So a few years back, I did find some amazing nutrition and it did help me out tremendously. I won't go into all the things I used to avoid eating, but if you know me, you know it was a little bit of a struggle. But now I eat pretty much anything I want. Okay. So with that, I've been gathering information about this new product called Within. It's a 5-in-1 microbiome and immune support product. So it could help with your gut health. All right. And let me go into a little bit more detail here, but also again, just that disclaimer, I'm just sharing information. I've taken all of this research, all of this science, I've taken podcast transcripts, and I've created a master file so that I can share information for it, but also I can learn as well, ask questions from these researchers. So let me share with you what I put in today. I have not read through all of this because I'm we're on a journey of discovery together, okay? So I put into my chat, help me understand why Within is helping my bowel movements to be more consistent and happily on the normal level on the Bristol scale. If you don't know what the Bristol scale is, go look it up. It's basically a chart of where are you at in terms of your bowel movements? Are they little pebbles, deer bunnies, or are we talking is it diarrhea? Is it runny? Okay, and so there's somewhere, you fit somewhere on that scale. All right, so this is what my chat says. So I asked the question, I'll just repeat this. Help me understand why Within is helping my bowel movements to be more consistent and happily on the normal level on the Bristol scale. All right, so it says, yes, and what you're describing actually fits pretty well with what we'd expect when the intestinal environment becomes more supportive of regular stool formation. We can't know that Within is definitely the cause from your experience alone, but there are several plausible mechanisms. Why your bowel movements may be getting more consistent. Think of a healthy bowel movement as the end result of water plus fiber fermentation, plus microbes, plus intestinal movement, and the gut lining all working together. So the prebiotic component may be helping with stool consistency. So prebiotics, if you don't know, it's like the fertilizer that feeds the probiotics, which are your good bacteria. So prebiotics reach the colon and become food for certain beneficial gut bacteria. Their fermentation produces compounds such as short-chain fatty acids, which influence the colon's environment, water handling, and motility. That can help move someone away from stools that are either too loose or too hard. Okay, then the second one, the probiotics, may be helping stabilize the microbial community. So specific probiotic strains can affect stool frequency and consistency, although effects are very strain specific. So rather than thinking of probiotics simply as making you poop, it's better to think of them as potentially helping the intestinal ecosystem function more predictably. Yes, please. Mine have been pretty predictable and pretty dang regular. Okay, so number 3, postbiotics add another piece. So these are beneficial microbial components, metabolites, rather than live bacteria. Depending on the particular postbiotic, they can interact with the intestinal barrier and immune system. That may contribute to a more stable gut environment. So think of it this way, it's like a garden. So you have your fertilizer, you have your plant, and then you have the flower. You have the byproduct of feeding this a proper thing. Okay. All right, number 4, colostrum and lactoferrin are doing something different. So prior to this, I'd never taken a colostrum, I'd never taken a lactoferrin, I'd never heard of lactoferrin before. So here we go. All right, so they're not primarily laxatives or fiber. Their potential value is more about the intestinal barrier. So immune activity and microbial environment. Lactoferrin in particular can interact with microbes and has immune modulating properties. Colostrum contains proteins and other bioactive compounds that have been studied for intestinal barrier support. Fantastic. Yeah, so if you've ever dealt with leaky gut or heard about someone who might have a leaky gut, this might be something they want to look into, may help support that. All right, so within is potentially approaching your gut from several directions rather than simply pushing stool through your system. And this is the part I find interesting about your experience. So I have been journaling, so now my chat is pulling from my journal and from my experience. All right, it says, you've reported that your bloating has settled down while your bowel movements have become more consistently normal. So that's different from simply taking something that causes a bowel movement. On the Bristol Stool Scale, types 3 and 4 are generally considered the classic normal zone, formed, easy to pass, and neither constipated nor watery. Type 5 can also occur normally, particularly depending on diet and transit time. You guys, this is where I'm setting right now, like 3s, 4s, 5s. 3s, 4s, 5s. This is fan-freaking-tastic. Okay, so if you're repeatedly landing, I skipped ahead, I guess. So if you're repeatedly landing around 3 to 4, feeling comfortable, going without urgency or straining, and experiencing less bloating, that's a pretty nice picture of regular bowel function. Hallelujah. All right, one caution though. My chat always likes to give me cautions and disclaimers. I wouldn't interpret the change as proof that your microbiome has been fixed or that within has permanently changed it. Stool consistency can also change with hydration, fiber intake, food choices, exercise, stress, alcohol, hormones, and other supplements. The really interesting information will be whether the pattern persists over the full 30 days. And I'm giving it 90 days. Like just doing something for 30 days doesn't really give you a true value benefit. Like so much can change in 30 days, right? So weather, stress, whatever, hormones, it can all change. And that's exactly why your within journal is useful. You're starting to see a pattern rather than judging the product from 1 or 2 bowel movements. Well, I'm telling you, it's more like 5 or 6 in the last few days. So I have removed some other supplements that I was taking a pre and probiotic for a while now, and a digestive enzyme which had a pre and probiotic. So I stopped taking those. I have not changed my alcohol level. Although yesterday I did not have drinks because we're doing an 11-day nutrition reset. So I am not drinking for the next 11 days. So this is prior to that. Also, I've not changed my exercise. My stress is what it is. Hormones. Hi, I'm postmenopausal and I have an HRT patch that's very, 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 very minimal. So I don't cycle. And other supplements. Yeah, like I said, I've removed those ones and nothing else. So this will be really interesting to see what happens. Also, I track my food and I track my water. So I know that I'm making sure that I'm getting all of that. And also I track my steps and my exercise. So I'm pretty consistent. All right, you guys. And so I'm pretty consistent, right? So fingers crossed this stays true for the next 30 days and beyond. If you guys would like to give this a try too, so keep in mind, it's a 30-day money-back guarantee. Give it 30 days and see if this starts rocking your world as well. And if it doesn't, get your money back. However, I would encourage you to try it for a full 90 days. And I am offering all my new customers, when you sign up for 90 days of Within, I have a free product for you. It's a 10 days of collagen, which it's a marine collagen. It's amazing. It's good for skin, hair, nails, joints. I have a clear protein, which is great. You can just drink it as is. It has electrolytes and BCAAs in it. That's really good to help get your protein up because you want to make sure that you are consuming 1 gram of protein for every pound of ideal body weight. Or grab some electrolytes from me or the new Bia Glow, which has biotin in it. That's good for your hair, hair, skin, nails. It's also got collagen in it as well. So anyway, I just want to gift on and make this like very attainable for everybody to try this product because like I said, it is rocking my world. So, all right, with that, reach out to me and I can send you some links so that you can get an experience guide. So you get guided all throughout this. But really, you guys, at the end of the day, is just add this to your everyday and see what happens. Okay. All right, you guys, I'm going to finish.